Hello, everyone. This is Richard with Danzig Corridor South. I'm hoping it doesn't crash. I, for some reason, can't get the replay to show without it crashing. Um, it just, for some reason, it just wants to keep crashing. I hate the replay feature. Um, I got a decisive, but it wasn't doing what Bricata suggested. I tried it and it didn't work. Um, I basically have an entrenchment problem. That's the number one concern with this map. It's the number one reason I thought it was impossible. However, if you buy some tactical bombers, you can both attack tanks and de-entrench. And that, I think, is the key to fixing or solving this map. And I'm not even remotely close to optimize. And I'm going to bypass a bunch of secondary objectives I don't need. The infantry will always attack your tank, and that's a pretty common outcome. It's a pretty consistent outcome in my experience. You may have to reload here to make sure you take that infantry out. So I'm already de-entrenching the second, or the middle objective. And troops with motor transport go south. I'm already de-entrenching a major objective. Turn 2. So one of the key concepts I use is I get that northern task group to defend. Like they get very aggressive in the beginning and then they defend. And it's really important to kind of keep them distracting the enemy. So by getting the infantry out, the tank goes into the city, which is really helpful. And then you take the airfield on turn 3. So I've taken out 2 big units. See, I'm also de-entrenching. Turn 2, I'm already de-entrenching. I have to take out that anti-tank gun so I can reach the city. I had to reload here because if the scout gets too damaged, the anti-tank comes up. This is where I start pulling off some nifty moves. So I'm gonna get that surrender. You have to take out the artillery. This isn't a bad attack because it's a garrison unit. On turn 4, I'm already de-entrenching this objective. So the other thing I did that was different is I threw my tank out as a sacrifice. And I did it so I could distract the enemy. The other thing that's happening here is that units are flooding north around the central city, and it sets up a brilliant tactical sequence on the final turn. So the other update I made was that I take the airfield, then I give up the airfield to pull out a cavalry unit, and then I'll take back the airfield before my planes run out of fuel. It's diabolical. Turn 5, I'm already de-entrenching the back. So I've taken out most of the middle, so it's opening up the floodgates for the south. I had to reload here. But that trap is worth it because all the cavalry got pulled to the south, and it's setting up my penetration. So you can already see on turn 6, I'm getting super aggressive with the entrenchment. That's right, I'm using the Stuka to de-entrench. I got this surrender, that was good. So now I can gang up on that southern major objective. Then I'm going to start doing ridiculous things here. That 1 strength anti-tank has been very helpful. That's right. The good news is I'm forcing surrenders, so the 1 strength infantry is totally fine. And I've also blocked that final city. And I can send in my infantry. So I have this tankette that's distracted up north. It's really helpful. So now I can really start cracking on that city. I parked the tactical bomber above it. Oh. Yep. So the tankette is out of the way, so it opens up the back. So I finally get to bring an artillery piece up. And I keep doing the de-entrenchment. So if I take this city out, it allows me to focus on the other one. I make sure I have enough artillery for that location. And I'm grinding down that southern one. And then I use Rudel to help de-entrench the artillery. It's the little things that are nice. And Rudel, of course, can help de-entrench on the final turn. So I block off. I have to surrender. I have to surrender the anti-tank, and then my scout will go up and push the artillery out, and then the scout will take that objective. That was really tricky to figure out. And making sure I could actually be in every major objective was important as well. So everybody was protected by artillery. And I had to reload like 12 times to make sure I didn't have my units get pushed back. I destroyed a lot of units. That, you know, one more turn, I probably could have taken out a couple of these, that guy, this, maybe that guy. The area to improve upon is I need to do something with this group so I don't completely fall apart. However, the idea of sending my tank on a suicide mission was brilliant because it pulled the units north, and that allowed me to more easily take units out in the south. And it's really important that you blow this open. You need to get to the point where on turn 7 I can actually send artillery to help de-entrench this infantry unit. And in order to do that, you gotta have the units spread out. And then running out of artillery was bad, but don't run out of artillery on the artillery here, but putting an infantry here to pull out the cavalry is an excellent trap, because then you can force surrenders here at a pretty rapid rate. And the scouts are so useful because they just move wherever they need to move and help you force some surrenders. And I didn't have to take this out. But I wiped out a lot of units. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. There's only 10 units left. I think that's really, really good. I don't know how many units left Bricata had, but this was a huge... This is going to have a huge repair bill, but I'm pretty happy with how it went. I think there's better ways to do it, primarily how to kind of hold this together without reloads. I had a few reloads here and there. And then in the final turn, I had a lot of reloads. Some of that was bad luck on the tankette attacking me. That would not have been necessary if I had gotten... I had 2 ridiculously bad rolls in a row. The scout was fine. I was expecting my scout to get beat up, but the scout held out. That was really good. I managed to take out almost all the artillery, and there's not much left. Well, this is a decisive. I didn't think it was possible, but apparently it is. Richard out.